Right then, it's time for Erangel. After we've had Miramar, of course, it's game number 35 here as we reach into a lot of strong games here from some of even our teams trying to move on up. Let's head over to Pansy and Demon once again.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Erangel. It is
ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Well, I was referring to the desk. Whoa!
Bit of flame. Casual flame.
So, Lauren, it's been a day of firsts, it seems, with ENCE and Reciprocity now getting themselves a win. Does that mean that maybe the Knights or Vitality, the only two teams, I believe, that don't have a win now, are going to pick something up here?
It's crazy to think they haven't had one yet.
Yeah.
Because I feel as though both those teams have been doing quite well for themselves. Obviously not to the peak of their performance, but they haven't been super underwhelming or having mad issues. I really would love to see that. I just think those late game circles, their late game play, again, needs to be refined a bit. That's what's slightly lacking for that consistency in some of these teams. It's just those late game circles, and I'd love the desk at some point, if they ever had time, to break down, you know, let's say a team who's consistently winning in those late game circles, so let's say, I don't know, Na'Vi or FaZe or maybe Liquid, and then compare them to the teams who do get late game, but they don't end up winning, and to see the difference in approach, because I think there is some really polarizing tendencies. But let's focus on what we're seeing right now. And are we seeing Zaki again getting a little bit of love? And Northern Georgia Pole, this is good. I like this. Oh, I don't like that circle.
Wow.
That's horrible. That's filth.
That is, jeez, that's like 70% water.
That's actually
easily 60.
It's more land than there is, no, more water than there is land, yeah. FaZe laughing, obviously. TSM, super happy. Unity, super happy. Reciprocity, super happy. ENCE as well will probably be quite happy because if they go for the boats.
I mean, the center point of the circle is literally the peninsula of Milta Power, sort of down south there. It's crazy. Down south. And M19 are going to be like, are you serious? Yeah. Obviously, they're normally in Primorsk, sort of saying. They've gone up to North George, and it's like, wow, okay, right. Sure, why not? Yeah, it's been a wild one so far. The fact that Vitality and Knights don't have a win, this could be a big chance for the Knights. You know, they are obviously a team that sits around the prison and the mansion, etc. area. Actually, they don't tend to go mansion these days. We'll see whether they go up that way. That's mainly been an adjustment based off NIP bumping into Lipovka on them, so it's forced them to change their loot style a little bit. Vitality themselves, obviously easy for them as well, because the playing path went directly over school apartments, so they should have a fairly early rotate. And then teams will be looking for very early rotates because of the limited amount of landmass that's available. But is it going to be north or south?
Well, I personally think it's going to go north.
It's going to be north, I'm pretty sure,
yeah. There's obviously a chance that it does go south. For me, I think it'll end kind of that southern area of Lumberyard.
Lumberyard,
like not actually in the kind of trees, but just below that, the kind of yellows and the smaller compound, pretty much where FaZe is currently. But it could move around a fair bit.
I think it's going to be a Milta Power finish.
You're just thinking power?
Not actual owl, but mini.
Mini?
Yeah, in around there. We've seen a couple around there before.
Ooh.
And Gustav, well, snuck over into FaZe's compound.
Very
That
naughty.
is a yoink.
That's a big pickup for TSM as well. This could be a wonderful stepping stone for that position on the peninsula, on that very kind of, I guess,
so that's interesting, right? It's an adjustment, because obviously we've seen Gustav do this, go to the monkey compound before. Yeah. The former monkey compound, I should say. And caught FaZe off guard before. And we saw this in Phase 1. FaZe have been completely caught off guard by TSM going aggressive. It's happened again. Last time it was Mexi that got caught, this time Uber.
Yeah, that's actually a big loss as well, because this could have been a perfect game for FaZe, right? This is the sort of games where you're sitting there going, right, we don't actually have to worry too much about Circle, which is a huge thing out of the way. But there
Look at this, we're sub 4 minutes and Team Liquid are already moving. They're already well outside, particularly they're over Potato Hill. So they've been moving probably from about 3 minutes onwards.
Yeah, this could be a good move from Liquid, because there's going to be some very prime compounds and there's very limited compounds. And obviously, if you're moving this early, you don't only want it for position, you want the ability to get frags out of it, right? You want the loot and the frags that come with that. So for Team Liquid, yep, there'll be a nice little top up on loot, maybe get a level 2 helmet or 2, or, you know, a bit more ammo, some meds, some nades, bits and pieces. But they also get the ability to shoot out of this area. They should be taking something very nice, because we know that the Knights' Vitality and such and so on, they take a little bit of time. They loot more sporadically, I guess, a little bit more spread out. So for them, they'll have to kind of come together. And this is where Liquid should be able to get the best possible position. Yeah,
obviously the plane went directly over Pachinki, but I want you guys at home, you know, when you're playing, time yourself and get to 3 minutes and think, I need to move now. We're rotating now.
God,
just think what you've got in your bag. Not a lot.
I need to start training my teammates like that. All right, 3 minutes on the clock, move. Yeah, there's always to be that one, though. There's still that Eddie. There's still that Eddie in every team.
You gave him grief yesterday. So Vitality also moving, by the way, that you can see. They were just trading a couple of shots with Team Liquid. Their Team Liquid themselves, they're going to be aware where FaZe Clan roughly are, who have condensed into sort of Milton Mini. Looks like Team Liquid are going for power, yeah.
They can take the yellows just off the roll of it, and maybe the house opposite, or the yellows opposite, so it's quite a complementary position.
Split the road, yeah.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you're going to have to try and keep tabs on all of that. This is actually quite... This is going to be very, very rough around this area.
Unity very precariously taking steps over the bridge. That's this. She's like, because, I mean, look, TSM and G2 are going to be there. There's someone going to be there. Looks like G2 are going to be setting up, saying, all right, see if we can get some of these 3 points from across the road. That crate is way out in the scene, and no one's going to get it. Uh-oh, here comes the Knights.
Oh, they're crashing this one, but Jemty's already there. Oh, this is big, actually. The Knights are winning this one out. Good positioning. Could have just turned that on Jemty, not going to get away with it. This is sick. James has got to run. Get the hell out of there, James. Wanted's looking for it.
And remember, they're in for that 2-2, so it's left them wide. So Samty and Ibby are not with him, so James has had to back away from this one. Jemty's gone.
Now, of course, I do want to kind of boil this back down. We are on the super setting, so there is more loot in certain ways. There is more guns. There's more certain elements coming into this that make it easier.
For the 3-minute road. Yeah, exactly.
So that's why it is simpler for these teams, where you see them at least with weaponry that's stacked out.
Oh, one day we'll get it in public.
We pray. Honestly,
not
really
so much public, just a setting that we can use, you know, in a custom game. You can just select it, and or maybe even get it in public as a game mode type. That's what we pray for.
It'd be so nice, wouldn't it? Just a competitive ladder or something proper. Anyway, all of that dreaming aside, it does mean that you will see teams often with at least the weaponry up. I'm not sure how much it affects the vests and helmets and things like that. I think it's slightly higher, but still. Let's keep our eyes on that southern road, because I'm pretty sure the reason Unity took their time is because there is that potential of teams to take the western bridge down and over the east. Didn't happen, but they know it'll be busy coming across this bridge regardless, because if they're not coming that way, they'll be on that southern road across, and that's where we're seeing G2 set up. That's a big shout from Kane to take that house. Big information play will force Unity down this dip.
Yeah, Tizerin just having a little peek, but the shots coming in from G2, that is. That's Chris from the other side of edge of meanwhile, Reciprocity, Winstrike, and Navi all on this sort of southwest road coming across. So Rec decided to go over West Bridge and try and come in that way, but they're spotting out teams. We got NIP coming out of Georgia Pol, only just leaving. So complete opposites to Team Liquid, right? 3 minutes moved, 7 minutes 30. Now they're moving. That's a definitely different change. CrowCrowd also out there. The Knights, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is a big chance for you to do well. Don't get knocking your own teammates off. Winstrike going to find themselves the edge, very much on the edge of the cliff. That's a nice little dip that Tixu's found. Hope he can get his Dacia out of there.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and get you those super settings, guys, so you understand what they are. If I'm not mistaken, let's talk about Erangel. It's just basically bumping up a lot of the attachments.
It's like 3 times on the lot of the ARs.
So let's actually come back to that, because I think Beautiful Death just found Jeems, so I don't know where DA just pulled up on. We know they are fine to crash compounds. This whole area is going to be littered with teams. None of the windows are safe. None of the angles are safe.
Smoking it in a house there. Did you notice that? Samty's smoking it, and he actually believes there's someone outside. He's already underhanded the nade. Oh, he tried to preempt it. Caught Beautiful Death. They're pushing in. They're crashing in around the side. The question is, can they get up there quick enough? He smoked it down, so Samty read this one very well. Will the nades come rattling in?
Yes,
Samty. ENCE got it through the window. What on earth? Iroh gets taken down and Samty pushes out. That is some serious third partying. Jeems catches Mithrain with the nade as well. Sixmo did get one back, but Sixmo is the last man standing for DA.
Yeah, this is madness, actually. This has all gone terribly wrong for DA. They focused heavily on Liquid, and that's fine. They took a really good fight on that. It was only 2 alive after a knock. But then they forgot this whole area has so many players in it.
Samty doesn't want to risk it. He's going to go for the revive now on Jeems here before he bleeds out. So he will get back up. Ibby's in the distance. You can see he's way out in the fields, nowhere near this one. DA have got 3 people back on their feet. Beautiful Death getting in there along with Mithrain. So Sixmo doing his job. But this is not as easy a crash as they hoped.
No, it really isn't. They've got them all back up standing, though. So, I mean, it's horribly awkward for everyone involved. Team Liquid, again, get put on the back foot because these revives have come in. And even with all that, flashes and what have you, they're not going to be able to push up on this comfortably. They could trade effectively, and we are seeing the circle go north.
Yeah, it has shrunk in. It's gone down towards that multiplayer sort of area. James taking some rattled shots in the back, but it doesn't really do too much damage. We should keep our eye on what's going on nearby, because Lumbermill's got G2 and Vitality moving in. That's up on the hillside ahead of them. You can see Razor Edge and the Knights also on the minimap there, just sort of north side, and FaZe, of course, who've already took a shot and got one of DA down.
M19 moving into position, bottom of prison. FaZe Clan, I feel bad almost for Ibby in this situation, because I'm sure he desperately wants to help out his team, but he just can't. He's so far off isolated. That's CrowCrowd getting shots towards him. They're trying to pull up on the eastern side of prison. Nice little area actually on that side. You're quite comfortable. Quite, I want to say, because ENCE could spot it out. And
NIP's already there. Gax is there.
Yeah, but it's just Gaxi. As much as he is a very big threat, it's just one man. The rest of NIP are on the way, so he might be able to get one, but he should be able to get more than that if CrowCrowd do this right.
Yeah, keep her on the kill feed. The rest of NIP are joining him. Gaxi is solo. He's got set right next to him. Now, with the wash shot's gone down, he's took himself
Gaxi,
low.
you lucky boy, Gaxi.
By. Here comes NIP. So there's the shots. That's Miracle and MBS giving him the cover fire. So now it's a really tricky one for CrowCrowd. Then I don't know if they realize that Gaxi is here.
They have no idea. Senpai just drove past him, completely unawares. So I think Gaxi's on an island. He, as much as he does have support from afar, as does CrowCrowd, because they've got Tab on the other side in the building. So Gaxi can just relay information, but he's kind of stuck in this. M19 are about to potentially clash with G2 over in Lumberyard.
Team Liquid and DA. Samty's obviously took a big wallop in there. Don't know whether that's from a nade or a shot from FaZe. Here's Gaxi going for it, looking over the top, trying to get a bit of shots on them. Samty's still waiting. They're not going to push this one. I don't think they're going to hold it, but G2 and M19 clashing at Lumbermill. And that's going to be G2 coming out on top. Chris is downed, though. The question is, will they be able to finish it off?
Yeah, M19, I like the idea. I like the theory to move south. I don't like the south position from prison. It's very open on that hillside to all the other teams like Reciprocity, G2, Vitality, all of that
Chris.
jazz. This is very close.
Brexco just naded Chris there.
I don't think he meant to. Brexco's trying to make up for it with an absolutely Hail Mary run on it. Kane does find D-Match. That's confirmed. The Harry Potter Tower is under fire.
Oh, he's holding the res. That's so close. Constantine, if he gives a little underhand nade, he could catch them both off. And they are both massive damage dealers. Yeah, big mistake for Brexco nading his teammate.
That's a bit rough on the edges, isn't it? But still, Udi is trying to find some angles. These nades are just bouncing behind that little bit of a trench that runs through his area. Wanderer's your point, man. Elite player oversight on this, and Constantine trying to support, but they are getting limited on angles. They're being forced into this position. A good couple of nades might be able to just dig M19 out of these spots.
Nades coming through. Meanwhile, NIP and CrowCrowd, they've actually clashed on the hills. You can see it in the picture-in-picture. That's going to be one of Gaxi down. Samty's got 6 mode. That's the house play going on. He's dropped out the window. James is down, though, so he's on his own once again. Gets around the side.
Samty.
That's massive. Gets around. Can he push the last man? No! Midlane goes huge and gets both Team Liquid down and leaves Ibby alone.
That was perfect timing on the headshot. M19 are answering back against G2, but it's too little too late, and the new circle hits. It's in the south.
So it will pull down Milta way, and that gives... Oh, actually, that's great for Unity. Unity have gone piling in. Vitality hunting for that win, still with 4 alive. They got into a compound as well. NIP trying to get out of this, but Kemba's trying to get the spray down. Switches across the SLR. MBS, dodge, duck, weave. Get the hell out of there. Everything is hitting in. Tab in the end will be the one that finishes him off.
Yeah, all these teams in the north are getting so much pressure now. CrowCrowd trying to keep their players alive. A bit of a crash down towards Unity and Vitality. It's Vitality holding so far. Shadow's got another glimpse of Tizerin, but he's got some cover. Jazz is coming into the battle. You see Tizerin trying to run the hell away from this, but he can't get away. It's Na'Vi to catch him in the heels.
Orange, the last man standing. He looks around, sees Jazza. That's going to get a big spray down. Jazza will be able to confirm that one. No, he creeps inside. Vitality with 3 down at the moment. Shadow going to get Kramer back up, pushes towards Nasus. But does he realize that UT are down to 1? Orange taking shots in the back from Navi.
And Orange, this is a risky run. He's so out in the open here, trying to get towards his teammates. So trying to do something, give an angle that could maybe help him towards Blaston. And maybe he can get this onto Kramer. That's a very wide angle from Kramer. No support on the hills. That's a flush win to happen. It is Orange. Big pickup for him. He's finding 1v1s here. And Vitality are letting him. This could be a huge stumble.
Kramer was meant to be the guy around the back getting the revives off while Shadow went hunting for the kill. But Orange is flanking his movement. Has caught them off guard. Jazabin finished off. That's Fuzzface stealing that one away. So Vitality, who were golden coming into this, have lost 3 members. They're going to toss that nade. That should catch Blaston. So he will bleed out. And that's going to be him gone, and it's down to a 1-on-1.
Oh, that has gone so badly wrong here for both sides. And you can see him. Shadow, you can tag through, you can land it, but Orange outdoes him. Shadow probably going to be frustrated at that one, but he's going to walk away. Orange, and he should be able to get to some sort of cover, but he knows that there's so many teams looking this way. Reciprocity on the move south of the lumber mill. As Raise Your Edge still alive and kicking. Kate did manage to move on this one, but DA are in this house.
The house of death.
What was that push? No trade available? That was very on your own. That's not allowing your teammates to help you out here. This is 1-by-1 pushes. This is sloppy.
Oh my God, they've gone in. Yeah, 60's just like, no, okay, that went very badly wrong. That was serious lack of coordination. 3 players pushing up on that house. So far, I think 7 people have died in that house. I'm not too sure. I have to get my math calculator out, but 60's back in the compound. Yeah, that was so sloppy from Razor Edge, though.
Yeah, it was. That was just, it felt like an individual player got frustrated and tried to make a play.
Have they really just been able to get straight center compound? Pokemon just cruises in there.
I don't know how it's happened, but it has. If he's going to spot the Knights coming past, oh God, he's just going to prone down and pray for a second or two. They're swinging in. He's going to have to fight this. Oh no, he's getting in his car. He's going to try and make a mad dash. It's bumper cars. Oh, he's going to make it out just in time. Drayden out of the vehicle. Ivy is in all kinds of trouble.
Where can he go from here? ENCE already see him. Mikaz is going to take shots at him. Drayden's trying to get the steal, and he will. That's going to be Team Liquid down in 13th place. ENCE now looking at this. They see the Knights, and the Knights still have to move from this one. The circle is centered up. It's gone straight on top of FaZe Clan.
FaZe, Reciprocity, Na'Vi actually in a very good spot. ENCE in mini. These are the positions you like. G2 have to hold back CrowCrowd now. That's the time to push up for CrowCrowd. This is horrible terrain to play, and even if you're defending, because there's so many angles, there's so many lines of sight you can deny, they could maybe creep a little closer to G2, and we've got to understand that G2's utility is probably low here after that fight with M19.
You can see Na'Vi on your screens there. That compound completely open. They just drove into it, untouched, unpressured. Bearing in mind, Vitality had obviously blasted past that compound and went to where Unities were. Oh, there's so many things, so many little micro, macro play that you can look back on these replays and realize, oh my God, why did we just not do that? But that's down to simply information given in the game, you know, how much you can scout out, and obviously clearly misreading it. Chris catches Tab out as CrowCrowd try and flank around. Kemba's getting smashed in the sides by Brexco, and this has all gone very wrong. G2 collecting a lot of kills.
Yeah, they are mopping up here. I like the idea from Tab, but he just couldn't get the cover from Senpai and Set. And they were just a little bit too far away to make any impact on G2 after that initial little bit of a trade back and forth. Winstrike being held back in the south, and you can see the confirmation of the kills coming in.
It's Orange again. He's not done yet. That solo play at the moment. He's just down Nookie. TSM also looking to try and get involved on that. That's down on the edge of the Milta area. So Tab bleeds out. That's going to leave, Set and Senpai to scurry away and go the opposite side and maybe over towards Milta side. 6mo. I think he's just on top of a crate, isn't he? That's why he wasn't burning. Yeah, he's just on top of something to avoid that. 6mo, the solo man left for DA. Raise Your Edge also just with Sigsy and Chris, Chris is still up on high. So Sigsy's nades have been working wonders.
Yeah, Sigsy's doing all right. Sadly, being down to 2 in this situation with so many teams of 4 alive, it's not ideal now. TSM, I love their position, but transitioning away from this is going to be murder. Yeah. Because that open field has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams able to look towards it.
They do have a lot of vehicles available to them, and the compound actually next to Fuzz is open, and there's a big ridge line here, right? That goes all around the left. You guys can't see it because I'm drawing with a pen, but either way, if I had some sort of telestrator, we could do that. But either way, it's going to give them a relatively clean entrance, I would say. So TSM, I don't think they're in as much trouble as it looks, unless anybody else beats them to the punch like Winstrike or Na'Vi.
Yeah, we'll see where the circle goes now. CrowCrowd peeled off from that fight. They didn't go northeast. They went down towards the west, trying to use the hillside to roll away from Chris, Kane, and Braxico at the very least. This was that fight back again from Orange. He did really well to come out of this situation, desperately trying to keep hold of the control for his team, but he did manage to make away in the end. This is very nice for him, and that final shot towards Shadow.
Yeah.
That's Shadow being greedy, honestly. It didn't need to peek that.
You shouldn't peek that, yeah.
You're not going to win from this one. And this is Winstrike actually down the south being held back by just Orange.
That nade just pulled away. That looked pretty big.
He does have a bike in there, I think, so he can make a mad dash if he feels it gets overwhelming pressure. Let's see where that circle goes, though.
Yeah, it's going to shrink in. It goes on to FaZe Clan once again, so it will be the Milta power sort of area. Milta out. Called it. Just saying. FaZe also, you know, they'll be lacking Uber as first one to go down.
There he goes. Good luck, Orange.
Orange on his way. Oh, G2 have knocked a player. It's Tixu that will collect the kill. G2 knocking themselves. They're trying to rotate, and that's cost them. We heard it from Yannick very much at the start of the show, talking about how these little knocks, these little things can cost you 20, 30 seconds in a rotation. It can be massive.
Yeah, because it looks like TSM are about to start their rotation too. So if they get leapfrogged here, or you know what I mean, like one of the other teams, if they leapfrog them to that, that's going to be devastating for them. For now, though, I'm looking at the Knights, Chris, G2, and CrowCrowd having a bit of a tough run-in. They do have Reciprocity in the kind of, I guess, fallen trees hillside that has a lot of cover, a lot of dips and ditches. And it looks like G2 are on the move.
They're just going to play edge. They're going to play edge. They're just going to pull up, play edge. Reciprocity still holding the Harry Potter. So they're going to be a little careful the downhill. They should have a relatively clean angle on CrowCrowd if they get it. There's Winstrike. They've gone for this ridge line. Nuki just about hanging on in there. So they've made the move. And now, because they've leapfrogged across that road, it's caused a problem. TSM are going to have to deal with it first. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, they've definitely been able to find Nuki. That was an angle waiting. I thought it was actually going to be one of the other players. Wait, here comes the crash.
He's got Drain and they've crashed on that house. This house is absolutely Death Valley. It's Mexi, of all people, that steals the kill on Sixmo there. He's had the angle for the whole time. And now the Knights will take that one. And it's Sigsy next door that's got to worry now.
Yeah, it's almost 2.5 teams have died in there, basically. Reciprocity are going in as well.
The nade! You saw it in the picture.
Big nades from Sigsy. You said earlier his nades are good, and they are good. But look at Reciprocity, look at FaZe. They're about to do the same thing. They're clashing in that compound. We've got a bit of a trade going on, but it's all favorable until then. Mexi finds Scoon, finds Shiv, and it's a wipe.
And FaZe from the other house. Now, how does he get across and get their heels off? I'm not too sure if he's going to be able to. No. Is he even going to try? He's going. He's got the vehicle out. He's going for it. He wants to get Mexi back in his feet. Can he get him up there? Can he get inside? And more importantly, will anyone help them out? I don't think so. I think he's got in safe. Now, it does open up the compounds. If anybody else wants to come across, like maybe even ENCE could even push out of their compound and push down the hillside, because it is an open run. They would have been looking at the kill feed and seeing that happen.
There's the replay. This is Mexi's angle. Look at that. All lined up, line up, knock him down. Beautiful angle. Did just get traded on in the end. FaZe did support, but that's beautiful play. Yeah. That's all you can ask for as a one-man player. Like, if you get more than one kill, that's incredible.
So, FaZe got 2 alive. G2, they're going to find Chris. That's the last man. Out in the fields for Raise Your Edge. Chris, don't forget about Sigsy, still in that little house, along with Wanted. So the Knights down to 1 apiece. CrowCrowd, they've got a crate drop near them. They might... No, they're not going to get that. Navi got a clean angle on that one. Not even remotely going to get involved on that one. So the circle, it shrinks back onto FaZe. Now, with Fuzz moving house, I wonder if they're going to move back to the other compound, whether they're going to risk it back in that car, or they're going to stick in that garage compound that they're in, because it opens up for TSM to move in where Fuzz just moved away from.
Now, the interesting thing for me is both the teams who are, having to move to the circle, FaZe is on the move, actually. ENCE and TSM all need to move in very open ground. It's actually quite hard to traverse this area because Na'Vi are going to look for it. Temi's there, so very close by, but I don't think anyone's going to come over that ridge for a little while.
TSM lost out in Phase 1 here to a doozy on Red Diamonds, and he shot 3 of them in the back and wiped out TSM. It's the exact same spot. They've got to make sure they check the angles because Timmy is there.
I feel as though they need to keep the cars as well. It's actually paramount. If they have to go further north, you're not going to run that. They've got smokes. I guess they can. But Trifly's position's really good. Be able to make it this far. Might be able to open up a route for the rest. These two teams are just trying to find ways in. That's pretty much the name of the game. I don't know if someone just spotted Teme then. I'm really unsure. Senya's under fire. Yeah, he's under fire from G2 though. So instantly, good response from Bestelodge. Shooting up to the hills. Keeps Chris humble. Going to slow down the pressure.
Set's going to get caught out. It's actually the play zone, but Bestelodge will confirm the kill nicely. Just waited the time on that shot. Looks towards Senpai. That's the last man for CrowCrowd. Don't think he's going to be able to get out of this one. G2 are flanking around him as well to try and finish him off. I just saw a headshot actually on one of the G2 members. They're going to be careful. Oh, hello. Here comes Squeaky. ENCE are pushing on Mexi. Mexi's took them both out. Mikaz and Squeaky taken out. Wow, big push again. And Mexi is having a huge game.
And FaZe has the audacity to back away as well. He's gone back to the other house. So that's incredible. And look, here comes Na'Vi. They might just try the same thing towards FaZe. Is he up to the same sort of challenge, or will they pull up short? They pulled up short. They didn't fancy their chances. And FaZe are stamping their authority on this area. They lost out on one early, but they're making up for it now.
And truthfully, he can't get there. He's on his own. He just doesn't want any of it. Sigsy found out. That's going to be G2 picking that kill up. Squeaky will bleed out as well. That is Mexi picking up the 5th kill for FaZe Clan. So truthfully on his own now. FaZe with 2, centered up. TSM and Na'Vi about to go at it. Timmy with 2 hit points, just hoping they can't get any more nades.
Uh-oh, Pokemolodoy's got 1. It might be aiming for Wookie, but it might just find Teme. No, just rolls.
Oh, he's running out of medkits. He's down to 2, so that's going to be 1 now left. Any more nades coming his way? Wookie actually kept at bay by Na'Vi as G2, Chris has made his way down the hill.
Senpai's still alive, so we can see this. They're focused towards Wanted, or at least Wanted's car for now. TSM still trying to move their players up slowly but surely. There goes the car. Wanted stays alive.
Yeah, took himself back away from that one. Senpai, by the way, didn't get killed. So he's still alive out there behind G2. I thought they went around to flush him out, but clearly it did not work. TSM, if they push around any further, I think Mexi will have an angle on them there, so they can't go too far. The circle shrinks in. It's gone over to the western side. It means FuzzFace's compound is going to be the one that Mexi wants to join into, but I don't think there's any vehicle for Fuzz to get over there. He is still inside the circle, though, and TSM, they have to push into Na'Vi now.
Yeah, this is horrible, because you've got Temi being a real snake. I don't think they're aware of his position, so they could just get caught off. Hopefully they're just meticulous, because what? I don't know how aware they are fully. I think it might just be the vehicles. They're not aware. There it is. Almost had him in the heel. It's not going to happen. But it's a trade out. The nades came in.
Naduzi's nade manages to find him. Michael well bleed out from that one. Yeah, there you go. That's Rory finished off with Pokemolodoy, and Na'Vi strike the nades perfectly. Mexi trying to get across, but his car's been stopped mid-flow. G2 putting the damage down on him. Can he manage to join FuzzFace? It looks like he will. He can see him in the distance. Bleeding out there is G2 trying to do the damage. Truthfully, in turn, has moved up. He's got it in the backside. Wanted will bleed out in the blue, and FaZe will get 2 together. So it's G2 with 4, Na'Vi with 4, TSM down to 3.
Yeah, TSM, this is still a really rough position. With Mexi finding FuzzFace and making it back together, they become so much stronger here. The eastern side is actually pretty clear for G2. They don't have to worry too much. Truthfully, could be a problem down the line, but it's all about that kind of south, westish side. You've got FaZe, TSM, Na'Vi, all kind of in a bad spot. It looks like Michael's in trouble as well. He's back in the blue. Truthfully has been spotted, but he does have that old house of Mexi to run to as Wookie's working his way forward. He might have found an angle.
They're gonna push up onto FaZe's compound, I think, here. They're going vehicles. They're gonna try and blast around straight into FaZe. Mexi's ready and waiting. You can't see it, but we can. As they try and squeeze around, Gustav stops in the end, stops short of the house, so they've used the UAZ to get close. That nade is close.
Oh, I thought we went under the car.
Away, yeah.
I mean, hell, that felt close, didn't it? But they've actually managed to get away from Na'Vi, which is probably the scarier element here, because they've got safety from FaZe. Truthfully, sure, could maybe get an angle, but I don't know if he's going to look for that. I don't think he wants to take all those fights. Na'Vi now on a bit of an island with Pokemolodoy and Naduzi. I'm not sure where they want to go from here.
Yeah, Truthfully's more worried about G2 on the hillside, because they're the ones that are popping shots off him. Look at Senya. Senya's gone hunting. He's gone over the road. He's going looking for Senpai. This is very big information play, big ballsy play. Yeah. He's trying to find Senpai.
Wait, Mexi just found a nade on Michael as well.
I mean, they are just at the back of the house, so now that compound is in. G2 all inside the circle, so they're happy. Here's Senpai, finds Senya, takes him down. Bestalosh will trade, but that's a big loss for Na'Vi at this stage.
Yeah, I get the idea.
Udir's pushing for it. He wants to try and flush it.
That's a really smart plan from him, but it's exposed him to the rest of Na'Vi. Aduzi still has line of sight on this. TSM did start getting pressure from Tripoli, but he's turned around. He's looked towards Udir, so all of these players in these houses have got lines of sight on each other.
And this is playing into FaZe's hands. They've got the 7 kills. G2 still looking like monsters across the road, but if it pulls away from that roadside, it's going to be a horrible, horrible run for them to do. And you can see Tripoli with the angle. So Senya back on his feet. It worked out. Na'Vi get the cover fire, ironically, from ENCE, but it's now ENCE that are taking shots across the road.
Now, there goes Tripoli trying to make a run of it. Gustav's got the line of sight and go down as Tripoli. Can't do much more than that. G2 now can reign dominant until Bestaloch or Senya sweep the northern side if they want to. This 2-2 split on the road is dangerous for Na'Vi, but it might be their best bet late game.
FaZe are just sitting watching it all play out. Yep. They are going to have to worry about TSM because they've got to push into the compound. Mex is lining up a nade across here. Let's see where it goes. That's looking good. Oh That's a great nade. Oh, just a little too far. Otherwise, Gustav would have been bleeding out pretty fast there.
The circle does not have this hill. They've got to keep moving forward. Look at that many smokes being put down. They're all being spammed away. Wookie's getting caught from Na'Vi, from G2. Pokemolodoy is the one to fight it. Gustav on the run. They're trying to make a play.
Kane's the one that will secure the kill, but everything's just being spammed into the smoke. G2 are taking this chance to move across the road. They're moving in. Now, have they got any more nades left? They've been tossing a lot out here. Molly down. Gustav's just on fire. Is he going to be able to get taken down, though? Mexi doesn't want to go for the peak, although he's right next door. Gustav's cooking a nade.
Oh, FuzzFace is going to be spoiler to all of this, so they have no idea where he is. And nades come in. Gustav surely going to get caught out any second now. Once he breaches, they might get one. They might be able to trade, but FuzzFace should be there with the support. Mexi's all alone. He's going to have to try and stand up to the challenge. 6 kills for him.
Fuzz gets Michael.
FuzzFace finally shows up. The heal comes in. FaZe Clan cannot be moved.
But Na'Vi have taken this chance to move and spread themselves across the circle.
Mirrored
they hold
by G2.
50%, mirrored by G2. They move back across there. So Brexco, Kane, and Chris ready and waiting, along with FaZe Clan just to play spoiler. They're smoking it up now. They're tossing out what they can because they have to make the move.
Yeah, Senya, Bestlot should get vision towards Kane and Brexco first, because right now it's Mexi having to take on Chris with Fuzzface. He's their first challenge to try and handle. He's falling off from this one. It's all uphill from here. Bestlot on the rock, spots Brexco potentially, but those nades in the south, that is brutal.
Mexi's tossing out some more nades. He's already got 6. He wants to get more. And G2 back away from it. Na'Vi are using this chance to try and squeak their way forward. Pokemolodoy on the road. And I think FaZe have realized pushing into G2 is a bit risky. Pokemolodoy, look at him snaking his way forward. Brexco's been found. Bestlosh goes down. Mexi picked off. He got the kill on Brexco, though. That's 7 kills for him. Fuzz finds 1. He goes down. Chris trades with it. It's Na'Vi, I think, that will come out on top. 7 kills is all they got. I mean, they kind of had the whole side to themselves, but wow, some mega play coming out from Mexi there. 7 kills all on his own. Holy moly.
Yeah, he just played like an absolute beast on his own. Also, let's kind of break it down, right? If you want to look at this from